right, so starting off on inverse functions, these are the 3 steps to finding an inverse function. So we're going to follow these steps for the first example. Find the inverse of f of x equals 2x minus 4. First step, I'm going to change f of x into y because f of x is just another way to say y. It's a function of x. Y equals 2x minus 4. Second step, you're going to switch the x and y. So you're going to change whatever says y to x, whatever says x into y. And then third step, your goal is just to get y by itself. So you're pulling an algebra move here. To isolate y, you're going to add 4 to both sides of the equal sign. And you'll get x minus 4, or I'm sorry, x plus 4 on the left side of the equal sign equals 2y, and then the last step to get 2 by its or y by itself is to divide 2 on both sides. So when I divide both sides by the 2, y is now by itself, and this is my inverse function, which is x plus 4 over 2. Inverse function, you put a little -1 with the power of f of x. So same thing here for number 2. You're going to change the g of x to y. And second step, you're going to switch the x and y. So x equals y to the third plus 5. The goal here now is to get y by itself. So we always isolate by getting rid of adding and subtracting first. I'm going to subtract 5 on both sides. And this will give me x minus 5 equals y to the third power. So to get rid of the third power, I'm going to give it a third root, a cube root. Whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. So just like a square gets rid of a square root, a cube gets rid of a cube root. So my final answer for the inverse would be the cube root of x minus 5. And that is the inverse function. Okay, so last problem. Again, changing f of x into y, 5x squared minus 1. So again, the goal. Get rid of adding and subtracting. Oops, sorry about that. Switch my x and y first. So if I switch the x and y first, I get x equals 5y squared minus 1. I'm going to add the 1 to both sides to start my process of isolating x, and I'll get x plus 1 equals 5y squared. To get rid of the 5, it's being multiplied to y, so we divide it on both sides, leaving me with x plus 1 over 5 equals y squared. The last thing left is that square with the y, and then y will be by itself. So how do we get rid of a square? We square root it. Whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. And I'm out of room here, but that will be your inverse function. I hope this helps.